Planet Dolan.
From hate-filled anonymous letters to a man who burned his neighbor's house down over the length of his lawn, we count 8 stories of truly terrible neighbors. Hi there, my name is Doopy, and I'm here to tell you some really interesting things that you might not have heard before. Number 8. Philip Roger Bennett is serious about neighborhood landscaping. How serious? Like burn your house down serious. After an argument with neighbor Marty Corbett about the length of his lawn, Bennett slapped Marty right in his hippie face and threatened to make matters worse if Marty didn't get out his weed whacker and trim those unruly blades of grass. Marty wasn't interested in being lectured by non-authority figures, so went inside to watch TV with his daughter. That's when Philip kicked down his door and told him he had 5 seconds to get out before he poured gas all over the home and set it on fire. This was no idle threat, and Marty and his daughter barely escaped alive. Meanwhile, everything in their home was completely destroyed. Moral of the story? Mow your lawns, kids. Number 7. A former criminal-turned-lottery winner built a 24-hour racetrack in an upscale neighborhood. Michael Carroll turned his new 5-bedroom Norfolk mansion into a racetrack from hell. All night long, drunk revheads cheered as beat-up old cars did laps around the track. Every night, Michael set off fireworks and distress flares and, at one point, started an accidental fire that engulfed the neighborhood in smoke. Police were called dozens of times, but apparently he wasn't breaking any laws. Several of his neighbors eventually moved out of frustration. Fortunately, Michael's lavish lifestyle didn't last forever. He quickly blew through his fortune, wasting millions on cocaine, booze, gambling, and prostitutes, and now works at a cookie factory. I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles? Number 6. It's not easy being the parent of a handicapped kid, especially when your neighbors are as horrible as this. An anonymous neighbor sent a letter to Carla Begley, the mother of an autistic boy, saying she should do the right thing and move or euthanize him. This hate-filled letter was seriously messed up. Some of the jaw-dropping highlights include, "He is a hindrance to everyone and will always be that way," "No employer is going to hire him and no girl will ever love him," and "They should donate whatever non-retarded body parts he possesses to science." Carla, who herself suffers from multiple sclerosis, said she broke down in tears when she read it. Number 5. As Mr. Cut Your Lawn Above demonstrated, it's pretty common for neighbors to argue about plants and pruning. Still, few neighbors would take it as far as Gene Wilding. Gene's insane strategy to win the title of the worst neighbor included dumping oil, nails, feces, animal carcasses, and broken glass on her neighbor's driveway. She also spied on them using CCTV cameras, blinded them with floodlights, and blared offensive music in the middle of the night. Her excessive actions earned her 257 complaints, 30 arrests, and drove her neighbors to seek treatment for depression. One thing's for sure, living next to Gene Wilding was never boring. Number 4. Staten Island's Paula Boley has never met a problem she couldn't throw horse crap at. After a heated dispute with her next-door neighbors, Paula declared war by dumping 40 cubic yards of fresh horse manure right along the fence line. Her furious neighbors compared the overwhelming smell to rotten fish and said that they have to keep their windows closed at all times. The 2 dump trucks worth of manure has since attracted hordes of flies and rats to the area. Paula has been described as the neighbor from hell, but the funny thing is that, unless she's immune to the smell of shit, Paula would be experiencing the worst of it herself. Seems she's happy to put up with her shitty situation if it means pissing off her neighbors. That's commitment to being horrible. Number 3. Oregon's Jeffery Wright Leonard is another one who tried to solve his problems with animal poo. After a long-running parking dispute, Jeffrey tried to intimidate his neighbors into leaving by throwing dog feces at their home and shining floodlights at them. He promised to terrorize his neighbors until they got the hint and moved. When the neighbors proved to be resilient to his tactics, he upped his psychotic game and tried to run them off of the road. This landed him in prison, where he met a hitman. Upon release, he hired the hitman to ram his neighbor's car into a telephone pole. Fortunately, Leonard was again arrested before he could enact his plan. He was charged with violating his restraining order, conspiracy to commit murder, and generally being a dick. Number 2. Biker David Constantine spent 2 years harassing and terrorizing Stephen and Lucy Ward and even framing them for murder. All because they wouldn't help him move his motorbike on a particular day. Every day, the Wards were awoken by banging on their walls. They were regularly fired at by an air gun, had death threats made against them, and even had a barbed wire fence placed around their home when they dared to go out of town. But the worst was yet to come. One day, David smashed himself in the face with a frying pan and blamed Stephen, successfully suing him for £1,000. Since this tactic was proven to work, David upped the ante by stabbing himself in the chest to frame his neighbor. Fortunately, the accusation didn't stick as police discovered David's over-the-top collection of weapons and hateful notebooks about his young neighbors. David narrowly escaped prison time, but was warned never to communicate with his neighbors again. Number 1. No one likes having to hear the same song over and over and over again. But most of us know that this doesn't justify murder. Bulgarian Alexander Alexandrov couldn't make this distinction. He was driven mad when his neighbors blasted the Robbie Williams song, Angels, all week long. Alexander lost his temper and stabbed his neighbor, Martin Krumov, in the stomach. He then took off to dump the body but was caught when his car ran out of gas. In court, Alexander said that he was in constant terror of his music and could no longer think about anything but making him turn it off. Fortunately, ridiculous criminal defenses like music-induced insanity doesn't fly with the Bulgarian court. The judge handed him a 16-year sentence and said, "Take that." So guys, have you had any horrible neighbors of your own? Let us know in the Reddit page linked below and you might be featured in a future countdown. Thank you all very much for watching and I'll see you soon. Fortunately, Leonard was again erected. Oh my. That's not the right word.
Apparently the bosses felt it was necessary to tell their workers not to talk to or about the copy machine. Apparently the first rule of Copier Club is you do not talk about Copier Club?